Hello Mason Patriots, and thank you for joining me on another episode of AskJade. I'm your host Jade, and today we have Trey. I was gonna say Tyson, but I got it right. Trey and Aaron. So if you could go ahead and just do a quick introduction, your major, what grade you're in.
I'm Trey. I'm an IT major. I'm a freshman at George Mason. I like long walks on the beach, like nice romantic dinners under candlelight, and I love chihuahuas.
Okay, I'm Aaron. I'm a sophomore. I'm an econ major, and I like money.
Okay, well thank you so much for introducing yourselves and joining us today. Well, for our first question, it's basically dealing with students who are new to George Mason and having a hard time making friends. Now, it sounds like a sad question, but we've all had that point in our time at George Mason where we were trying to figure out where we could fit in or who we could talk to. So what's some advice on that?
Well, for one, find something you're interested in. Join a club. Talk to people. If you live on a dorm, you talk to people on your floor. Ask them if you want to go, hang out, go to a dinner. Just gotta be active. Have a good social life here at Mason. There's plenty of stuff to do.
I think once you're not a freshman anymore, like the dorm situation isn't really conducive to the whole talking to people on your floor. I know I personally don't talk to anybody on my floor, but I still have a lot of friends. I'm involved in a lot of clubs on campus. I'm an officer with one. I think as long as you know who to talk to and stay involved, you're gonna have friends eventually.
So what are some of the things you guys joined in order to meet people?
I joined this one group called Mason Liberty, which is awesome. It's a libertarian group on campus. I'm vice president with them now. I really like everything that we do. We have a lot of fun, and we just sort of talk about freedom. And I guess it's a bit too political for some people, but there's a bunch of non-political clubs to join and extracurricular sports that you can do. So you can always do those as well.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Well, me, I sort of came here with friends, so, I had them. I talked to people on my floor. I introduced myself to people on their floor. And, we all just hung out. We go to play pool, go to the theater, watch a movie when it was showing. I just talk to people. You gotta put yourself out there in order to make friends out here.
You're right. And same for me. I knew some people when I came to George Mason. I'm from Virginia Beach and I graduated from Tallwood. And a lot of people actually came here from Tallwood. So I would talk to them, but as time went on, like you guys said, I joined clubs. And plus, I really think it helps when you join a living learning community, LLC. No, I like this.
Okay, so we were both in the same
Cornerstone
Living Learning Community last year, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't make a lot of friends within that group of people.
Yeah.
I didn't really get along with some of the people. Most of them I was sort of neutral to, and then a couple of them I had some problems with. And I just basically started wandering around and walking around and talking to people, and I made friends anyways. It didn't really hurt me.
Yeah,
I just
to each his own. I mean, our experiences are different.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you just find some way where you feel comfortable and meet people that you like and vice versa, then it's whatever. As long as you just find a way. Well, that's for our first question. Look out for our next question coming out soon. So for our next question, it relates to studying, and what are some ways that people can make sure they're staying focused on their studies?
Well, this might be different for me, but the way I focus on my studies is by not focusing on my studies at times. You do a certain amount of work, and when you start to feel tired, you watch TV, you turn on the Xbox, play a little game, you go outside, hang out, talk with friends, once that time's up, you go back, start working on your work again, and do it all over again.
Yeah. I agree with that because sometimes I know for myself, I will spend 3 hours just studying, and it's not good because I think if you don't have that break, you're just frying your brain. To me. I don't know. How about you?
I'm going to take the opposite point on this. For me, I'll spend half my day in class, studying really hard, writing my papers, doing my homework, etc. And then that gives me this huge time at the end of the day to just hang out with friends or play video games like you said, or just go play sports, do whatever.
So you just do it more in
I have much more of a blocked...
Okay.
For me,
okay.
because if I take a break from studying,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's going to be that much harder for me to get back into studying when I go back inside, and it's just a lot easier if I get it all out of the way while I'm in the zone, you know?
Yeah.
Like, once you get into the study zone, you just run through it, and then you're done.
Yeah, just finish it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too. For me, if I did that, I'd probably fall asleep. So, I mean, because I'll be studying, I know to go like this and then wake up, oh, what was I doing? So, I just like to take those breaks, but as long as you can find a way. So, what are some other ways? Is there something you might eat or a certain environment you're in, or what are just some ways to help you focus?
I guess environment-wise, not my room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just something really enclosed and claustrophobic about that I can't keep focused on my schoolwork, so I have to go to like the JC or Starbucks or something if I really want to get stuff done. Starbucks is awesome.
Yeah, Starbucks is really good. Except you might spend a lot of money, and I'm known to just get in there and be like, oh, I don't want anything, and then buy something. But that's besides the point.
Well, me, unless my work is on the computer, I can't have a computer on because, I'll be doing works like what was happening on Facebook, and that'll take up half an hour of my time, and I'll just start surfing the web, just looking at random things, and, hour and a half go by, I haven't done any work at all, so I have to have my computer off, music on, just, sort of blind out the whole environment around me so I can just focus on what I'm doing.
Now, my question is, do you do your work that is due for the next day, or do you do your assignments the day that you get it, or do you wait the day? Like, how does that work out? Because I know for myself, sometimes, which is not good, don't do it, I wake up early in the morning, and I might do my work, or I just might do the day before. But some people like to get it done the day of when they get it.
I'd say usually largely because I had a couple bad experiences with trying to do that last year and it not working out so well. That this year I've been like, the second that I get my homework, I start it, try and get it all done, and then I'm back into like just not having to do any work again, and it's just works better for me that way.
That's smart. I need to be like that. I admire it. I probably won't because it's a habit now, but that's smart.
I'm sort of the opposite because my time management skills aren't on point yet. So, if I have an essay, I'll say, I'll work on it every now and then, But then I said, okay, it's due a few weeks from now. And then it gets to a couple of days before, and I said, wow, I don't have any research to go with this. So I usually pull the all-nighters after that, and that's not good. So I need to work on that, but usually day before.
So me and you just basically are messed up, but it's okay. We get it done, and that's what matters. It gets done. So that's it for this question. Just keep in mind about the environment that you're in when you study, or keep in mind if you have your computer up, that might distract you. There's many different factors to help you focus on studying, but we've covered some good ways. So watch out for the next question. It's going to be a good one. Okay, so for our final question today has to deal with finding me time. Not me, but me time. So basically, there's a student that's having problems with making sure that, yes, getting academic work done, but also making sure that they have time for themselves. And that means hanging out with friends or just relaxing. How can you fix that problem? I would think that, like during those breaks we said in the previous question, to go talk to your friends. That usually helps me. So if I've been studying, like I know I study a lot for Chinese, but if I need a break, I will go out of my dorm and I'll make it a point to talk to someone because they will get my mind off of it. And then when I come back to Chinese, I'm just feeling refreshed. I don't feel overwhelmed.
I'm not even sure how to answer this question because it pretty much goes with the last thing. I just put the work down for a while and just try not to think about it. Put my mind on my friends and just go out and find something to do to take your mind off of whatever's stressing you out, especially with work. Because if you overload yourself, it's not gonna make it any better on you.
Yeah.
For me, it's easier to just do nothing, and then it's hard to force me to do my work, even though I do it in the block sections.
Yeah.
So I don't really see where they're coming from. Like, oh my god, it's so hard to put my work down and just do me time. Just put it down, walk out, and I don't know, set a timer or something, and then when the timer goes beep beep, go back and get back to work. But until that timer goes, just
So do you have a
take
timer that
whatever
goes beep beep?
I don't know. No, not personally, but I think it could work.
Yeah, it could work. I was just curious.
Yes,
Yeah.
I keep a timer right here.
It goes beep
Beep,
beep.
beep.
You know what though? I am joking about that, but I would actually in the past set an amount of time that I would study, and once the timer went off, like, then I would just stop. I've done it for enough, so it'd be like 30-minute increments or an hour.
Yeah.
Just take a break. Also, I think maybe just cutting it off at a certain time. I mean, if it's 12 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning, just give up. I mean, but some people will keep going. I know I have sometimes, but I just say, look, my rest. I like my sleep. I'm going to sleep.
Other thing, I'm not sure if they're talking about like just schoolwork, because if they also have a job as well,
That is true.
that could mean really high taking not much time to relax for yourself in between work and school and sleep. And if you do have a job, really the one thing that I could suggest is you have to learn for yourself, do I want the money or do I want the relaxation time? And if you really need the money, sometimes you just gotta say, screw it with the me time.
Yeah. That's a sad truth.
Also, you gotta schedule your classes right. You know, like maybe it's not that way for that current semester, but for maybe the next semester, you schedule your classes to where you have a little bit of time of relaxation before maybe you had to go to work or you had to work on your schoolwork or whatever. You know, so that's another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, and I like that idea too because I know when I'm doing my schedule, I'll try to make sure I have breaks. So if I could have a 3-hour break, that'd be nice. But I do that too. I know on Patriot Web too, they have this new thing called the Patriot Scheduler. Have you guys used that?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I've heard about it though.
They made it really easy. You just put in like what classes you want to take for the next semester, and then they'll come up with various different schedules, like that might interest you. I mean, I don't think it takes into account the professor or what time they. Well, no, it does take into account what time it is, but not the professor and like how many times a week you want to take it. But that's another thing you could do. It could help. Well, that's about it for this question. I hope that you do find some me time. It's really important to not only make sure that you finish your academic studies or getting that money from the job, but also for yourself, just so you can relax. I mean, it does help in the long run to make sure that you're not stressed or feeling overwhelmed. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Trey and Aaron, for joining me today, too. You guys have a wonderful week, and see you next week.